What is up guys? Tech here, back again for another video. The Galaxy S9 Plus is already out. So this video is about whether or not you should upgrade to the S9 Plus. If you already have the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, should you upgrade or should you just wait? So the main parameters of this video will be the design, practicality, and upgradability. So let's go ahead guys and get started. So first up is going to be the design. So we all know we have the S8 Plus. Most people don't like the design because of the fact that it's really hard to get to the back. When you're trying to unlock your phone, that fingerprint sensor is not, it's kind of in an odd position. And now with the S9 Plus, everything is streamlined, and to me personally, I think the design, they really hit it spot on. And it's a lot easier for people to unlock their phones because now the placement of the fingerprint sensor is a lot more reachable than it was on the Galaxy S8 Plus. And also, should I say that the body is a little bit smaller, but then again, the screen to body ratio has a 0.2 increase when it comes to the pixels per inch. I don't know if that's a big deal with you guys or if it's a deal breaker. The S8 Plus already has a great screen to body ratio and it's got 529 ppi, and now the S9 Plus has 531, so that's 2 extra pixels per inch. So I don't know if that's a big deal breaker for you guys if you already have the S8 Plus, but it's not that much of a difference guys. They're all the same. They both have the same Super AMOLED display, super great contrast, great display overall. Even if you're out in the sun and about, it's really bright, and there's not much of a difference between the S8 Plus and the S9 Plus. Next up is going to be the camera. So we all know the S9 Plus now has dual cameras because the S9 Plus now can record 4K at 60 frames per second. Get this, this is the second phone next to the iPhone 10 that can now record 4K at 60 frames per second. So if you guys are into cameras, this is a really big upgrade because the S8 Plus doesn't record 4K at 60 frames per second. It's still stuck to that 30 frames per second. And the aperture size for the S8 Plus only is 1.7, but thanks to the dual camera system from the S9 Plus, it now has a range from 1.5 to 2.4 aperture. So if you guys are into photography or anything like that, this is a really big step up from the S8 Plus. And if you're into selfies, the front-facing camera is still at 8 megapixels, same as the S8 Plus, and they're both autofocus with high dynamic range. And also, should I say, this camera, the new camera that they put on here, can do super slow-mo at 960 frames per second. So I don't know if you guys are crazy when it comes to doing slow-mo videos, but this one has 960 frames per second, super slow-mo. There's a little box in your camera when you're shooting super slow-mo, so it automatically detects movement within that box, and it will automatically do the super slow-mo for you. If you take a look at this video, what I did with the lighter, I mean, it's just fantastic. I mean, resolution is going to be 720p. Of course, it's going to be down res to 720p, but then again, 960 frames per second. I mean, that's a first for Samsung, that is. But back to the S8 Plus, it can only do super slow-mo at 240 frames per second. So I don't know if that's a big deal breaker for you guys. I mean, it's up to you guys to decide. So we all know every time they launch a new phone, there's always an upgrade when it comes to the specs. And in particular, the S8 Plus had the 835 Snapdragon. And now with the S9 Plus, you have the Snapdragon 845. So I don't know if that's a big jump, but what I do know is the RAM upgrade is where it beats the S8 Plus. S8 Plus only has 4 gigabytes of RAM. Now the S9 Plus has 6 gigabytes of RAM. So multitasking, everything is gonna be a breeze. Everything is buttery smooth. Every time you switch apps, there's not gonna be a lot of lag going on. You can have a lot of applications open and it will still be running in the background with no hiccups at all. Next up is going to be the expansion. The S8 Plus only has 256 gigabytes expansion via micro SD card slot. Now the S9 Plus, you can stick up to 400 gigabytes of micro SD card expansion storage. I mean, if you really want to spend $250 for a 400 gigabyte micro SD card, have at it guys. If you want to do local storage, you can upgrade the S9 Plus to a 400 gigabyte micro SD card expansion. And then we talk about battery. Battery life, they're basically the same, 3500 milliamp hours of battery life. So basically S8 Plus, S9 Plus, there's no difference. They're both the same battery capacity. Next up is going to be the speakers. So the S8 Plus only has a mono speaker, but now with the S9 Plus, it has dual speakers. So there's one by the earpiece and one on the bottom. So same with the iPhone 10, now has dual speakers, but they're kind of like in a weird angle because you'll be hearing one right in front of your face by the earpiece and one's gonna be right on the side. I mean, it's stereo. The placement is still kind of at a weird angle, but hey, it's dual speakers. And also the resolution is basically the same, 1440 by 2960 pixels. So there's not much of a difference from the S8 Plus to the S9 Plus. They're both the same, really great resolution, really great display, what they call an infinity display. So they basically carried on what they had from the S8 Plus to the S9 Plus. I'm sorry, I forgot to say, of course, the price. The S8 Plus, brand new, you can actually get one for $670. And the S9 Plus is gonna be around iPhone 10 territory. So it's almost to $1,000. If you guys wanna wait until you get the S9 Plus, or should you just stick to the S8 Plus because it's a lot cheaper? I mean, the only main upgrade that they have here would be the dual camera system and then the placement of the fingerprint sensor, and of course 960 frames per second super slow-mo, 4K shooting at 60 frames per second, and of course the upgraded 6 gigabytes of RAM and 400 gigabytes of micro SD card storage. But then again, this is all about preference, guys. So if you want to stick to the S8 Plus, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's still a great performing phone, great camera, great features. So what do you guys think? You think you should go upgrade to the S9 Plus, or should you just wait? Or might as well get S8 Plus. This is at least $400 cheaper compared to the S9 Plus. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you enough knowledge for you guys to decide whether or not you should get the S9 Plus or wait until the S9 Plus drops down in price. So if you guys haven't already done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button down on my channel for more videos. And if I can get a like, that would be awesome. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.